So you may have known RevTrax to be a coupon company, but we're actually much more than that. Today I want to talk a little bit about how we can leverage our unique data asset to drive shopper conversion at scale. So first of all, how do we define a shopper? We define a shopper by creating an online fingerprint based on browser and device attributes. And what we know is anytime any of these online fingerprints, these unique IDs, interact with a RevTrax powered offer, whether they've viewed, whether they've activated, and an activation can be printing an offer, or it could be clipping to a card, and then ultimately redeemed. And a redemption is effectively a purchase. So what we have is a view of the purchase conversion funnel, starting from when someone is viewing an offer all the way to when someone ultimately redeems. So our database is a view of shopper behavior for shoppers purchasing specific products or product categories, and we know which retailers and which retailer class of trades those purchases are made at. So let's take an illustrative case study of how we can use this data to help drive shopper conversion at scale. So what we've done is we've made up a CPG company. So what you're about to see, the company and all of the data are illustrative. And what you'll see in the pie chart is effectively a breakdown of the audience for the CPG company called Trax Natural Brand, and the relative audience size in terms of redemptions. So we'll see that Revity Vitamins is one of their larger brands, but not their biggest brands. And what we can know about Revity Vitamins is the size of the audience that has viewed an offer, right, in blue. We'll know in orange the population, the audience, that has activated the offer, again, meaning someone printing or clipping to card. And ultimately, we'll know if someone has redeemed that offer, right? In other words, made a purchase. So that's what you're seeing here in green, right? And where it gets interesting is that we can actually use this data to help improve shopper marketing campaigns. So now let's take GeoCare reusable storage bags as an example. And what we've done, let's just say, is we've run a number of shopper marketing programs across key retailers with GeoCare reusable storage bags, right? And let's see how they performed. What we know is literally that purchase conversion funnel, right, by retailers. So one of the things, and let me just first orient you to how to read this funnel, is at the top are the number of shoppers that have viewed the offer, right, for GeoCare reusable storage bags. And again, these are all shopper marketing programs. So first, you'll see there's about 348,000 shoppers that have viewed an offer for GeoCare reusable storage bags, specifically for a CVS offer, right? And then we have an understanding of how many of those actually activated, right, printed or clipped to card. And then we ultimately know how many have redeemed. What's interesting is that across all of these different retailers, when we ran programs, the audience in terms of the number of shoppers that viewed the offer was pretty similar. But where it gets more interesting is as we move down the purchase funnel, right? So let's take CVS, for example, right? So with CVS, 348,000 shoppers viewed the offer, right? And beyond that, about 94,000 activated, printed or clipped to card. And then ultimately, we know the number of people that converted, which was about 50,000, right? And across all these different retailers, that trend is fairly consistent. But where we noticed an anomaly was with Family Dollar, right? Where, again, at the top of the funnel, we're really starting around the same range of views. But where it gets interesting is when you go all the way down to the actual number of conversions, where you're getting less than 40,000. So what we want to do with our data is to help drive further shopper conversion for Family Dollar for the GeoCare reusable storage bag product, right? So how can we do that? So how can we project out this audience of less than 40,000 into a much more relevant and scaled audience. So for that, I'm going to pass it over to Raman, who's our VP of Partnerships.
So something you'll note here is while we have a smaller set of brand shoppers, we know a lot about them. We know who's redeemed an offer, who's viewed an offer, and who's activated an offer. So there's actually a much broader set. And we can take all of those combinations and use something like lookalike modeling to project out to a much wider audience. How we achieve that is by partnering with data onboarding companies. You might have heard of companies like LiveRamp or Drawbridge. And what we want to do is take maybe our limited audience of 40,000 shoppers or redeemers, and by onboarding the data and doing sophisticated lookalike modeling, we project out to a much wider audience. In this case, it's about 740,000 of a projected shopper audience. Well, now that you have a wider audience that you can reach at scale, what do you do with it? Well, this is where we integrate with a number of our media partners, whether it's in display, social, and search, to show offers, relevant offers, personalized, when and where she's most receptive. So let's show a quick example of what that could look like for one of our brand clients. So what you see over here at the bottom is a Ziploc ad targeted to Family Dollar. When the consumer engages with it, they're served an offer of $1 off, and the consumer can instantly enter in their phone number or their loyalty card number, and in the ad unit, showing up on a publisher site, they're able to redeem the offer. We have the ability to do this at scale in display, search, and social to engage consumers with relevant offers in the ad ecosystem on publishers and across various offer formats, whether it's load to card, receipt upload, or even print at home. So we hope you find this interesting on how we can project, scale our data, and help brands achieve reach of offers.